What's going on, guys? Jordan here, coming back at you again with another episode of Beer Reviews. Tonight, we're going to be doing a beer battle between Pabst Blue Ribbon, PBR, versus Hamm's. Both of these beers are pretty cheap for what they are. We got PBR at $5.73 for a 6-pack of the 16 fluid ounce cans. And we have Hamm's coming in at $5.27 for the 6-pack of 16 fluid ounce cans. So it's a pretty good deal either way, whichever way you decide to go here. But on Walmart's website, it's actually a little bit weird. They both say they are, or it says they are both 4.7% ABV. However, if you go to Pabst Blue Ribbon website, PBR is actually saying at 4.8. So Hamm's 4.7 and PBR 4.8. So don't know if that's, it's got to be accurate. It's coming from their website. But some places say it's 4.7. Some places say it's 4.8. But Beer Advocate says it's 4.8. And their website says it's 4.8. So I'm going 4.8 on the PBR. So PBR is very minuscule, very slight price difference. It's a little bit more expensive, but it ain't even really worth talking about. It's a few cents. So let's crack into these and see which one we think is which and which one is better. We got PBR with the labeled, the glass with the tape, and the Hamm's going in the glass that has nothing on the bottom. So let's move that out of the way. Let's go ahead and get the PBR in first. I'm going to try to do this in one take. Try to pour them as evenly as possible. We're going to be most likely completely blind for this. I don't remember if there's a color difference or not with these. I've actually never pinned these up against each other. And it was actually a surprise tonight. I was looking in my fridge just to see what beers I had in there. And I noticed that I had one PBR left and I had 2 Hamm's. And I was thinking, well, I've probably already done the comparison. Never have. So figured tonight would be the night that we go ahead and do that. So we got the PBR in its designated glass. We're going to go ahead and get the Hamm's, pour it off into the non-labeled glass. So we'll finally see if there's actually a color difference. Okay, so far I think we're pretty much roughly even on those pours. So we have the PBR, and they actually, you know what? There's a gnat trying to drink my beer. I can't believe that. I just crushed the PBR can, threw it in the trash. We got it back now. Jesus, it's a habit. All right, so is there a color difference? Do these look any different to you guys other than the head on that one? Because to me, they pretty much look identical. So with that being said, they both look the same to me. Therefore, I don't think I need to have my eyes closed while drinking these. I will have my eyes closed mixing them up, but that's the only time I'm going to have my eyes closed. We're going to try to agitate both of them slightly. Just that way they're roughly even. So I can't tell the difference. So I'm going to close my eyes. We're going to mix these up. We're going to taste both of them. We're going to see which one we think is which. And we're going to see which one we like the best. And then we're going to decide a winner. If there is one. Could be a tie. You never know. So I'm going to close my eyes. We're going to mix these around. We're going to taste them. And then we're going to see which beer is which. All right. So I'm closing my eyes. We're mixing them up. And both of them are probably going to get stirred up a little bit. So they're both going to get a little bit more agitated probably while I'm mixing them up. But that's even better because then we really will not know which beer is which. which I've already lost my place, so. Mixing them up. You know, we'll go this way a few times. And we'll go back this way a couple times. And done. We got them both mixed up. Both beers are mixed up. They look absolutely identical. There is no distinguishing these beers apart visually. Now, that's probably going to change once we taste the beers. I don't know how much of a difference there will be because I've never done this comparison. I've had both beers several times. But me personally, if I was just thinking which beer I would rather have, it'd probably be PBR. But we're going to find out tonight if that's true. So, beer number 1. We're going with beer number 2 to start. So, cheers. PBR versus Hamm's. And I'm looking away from the camera when I take a sip because I don't want to accidentally see the bottom of the glass in the viewfinder. Okay, this one. It has a bit of a sweet malty type finish. Tastes a little bit of the hops, not much. Okay. That's beer number 2. Beer number 1. Okay, this one's got a little bit more hoppiness to it. It's also a little less sweet. So this one's a little bit less sweet than this one. This one has a little bit more of a sweetness to it. Okay, so I guess we have a little bit of a tough one on our hands here. Because so far, I don't know. This one has more of a dry finish to it. And this one's sweeter. Okay. Okay. So, I like this one because of the dry finish. It's less sweet. It seems a bit more crisp than this one as well. This one does seem to have a little bit better lacing than this one. But I don't know. Now I'm second guessing myself. All right, I gotta try them both again. Okay, beer number 1. Okay, beer number 2. Okay. This one also seems to have like almost like a more metallic-y, dirtier finish to it. This one's a little bit cleaner. Sweeter, drier, dirtier finish, cleaner finish. Less refreshing, more refreshing. So, with that being said, I'm already going to say that this beer is the one that I prefer. And this is the beer that I believe is PBR, and I believe that this one is Hamm's. So, we'll see if we're correct. If it is PBR, then it will have a piece of tape on the bottom of the glass. It does not have a piece of tape on the bottom of the glass, meaning we're wrong, and PBR has just lost to Hamm's. Now, I did not expect that, because if you were to ask me between 2 6-packs which one that I would prefer, I would say PBR. easy PBR. Not interested really in Hamm's. But tonight, for some reason, the Hamm's is tasting a little bit better than the PBR. So let's just go ahead and take a sip again. It's the PBR. And the Hamm's. And I mean, I'll be honest with you guys, the more you go back and forth, the more similar they become. Honestly, when I took a sip of each that time, I really couldn't even tell the difference. They tasted exactly the same. So, Hamm's wins it, but it's really close. But like I said, this one was a little bit sweeter at the time. This one had more of a dry finish, which would be the Hamm's. Little bit more hop flavor for the PBR. But the Hamm's ultimately came out on top tonight. So, that's the result. PBR loses to Hamm's. Kind of an upset. The piece of tape just fell off, and my screen keeps going out. But, it is what it is. Hamm's defeats PBR. So I guess if I'm going to pick up one of the two next time, I guess I should go with the slightly cheaper option and pick up some Hamm's. But the thing is, I've said this in previous videos, the more that I drink of Hamm's, if I were to drink this pint, go for another pint, by the third pint, I'm going to be burnt out on this stuff. And I'm going to want to switch to something else. There's something about Hamm's that after a while, my palate just gets burnt out on it. And every one after that gets less enjoyable. The fourth, the fifth, the sixth, they just get worse and worse. I don't know what it is. It's really the only beer that I've ever had that kind of problem with. But it wins tonight in the beer battle against PBR. But in the long run, I'm probably still going to say that I would probably still choose PBR. And I know that's kind of contradicting what I just said with Hamm's being the victor tonight, but that's just how I feel. Me personally, if I'm going to buy a six-pack, I'm probably still going to go with PBR. But tonight, Hamm's did win. There is no reversals or anything. I'm not saying anything. I'm not going to go back on my word. Hamm's wins, but I'm just saying in the long run, I'd probably go with PBR. But what do you guys think? Have you guys ever done a beer battle between these two beers? If you have, leave it in the comment section below and tell me what you guys thought. And also tell me which beer you prefer as well. Also, if you have any video suggestions for me in the future, leave it in the comment section below. And I will do my best to try to find it and give it a review. So as always, thank you guys for watching. And until next time. Cheers.